In this lesson, we will prep all the materials you need to create your reels. For creating Instagram Reels, you simply just need your smartphone to capture all the footage and to edit all of your reels. But I'm going to be sharing some additional tools that you can choose to invest in to make your reels even more high quality, or just some simple changes you can do to your own space that you're filming your reels in. You don't need any props for creating your reels, but it will not only make creating your reels a lot easier, but it also will enhance the quality a little bit. So first, you definitely need a sturdy place to put your phone when filming your clips. I love to use a tripod because you can bring it with you just about anywhere. You can adjust the height. I really like it because you can have your phone plugged in to charge it. You also can plug in any cords if you need headphones. And it is adjustable as well. So for the most part, I tend to use my phone stand because it's right on my desk and it makes creating content really easy. Now on to the audio of your reel. So if you're doing a voiceover or talking to camera, you can have some type of microphone to make the quality a little bit better. So I personally love to use this mic for my sit down videos. And you also can just use any headphones that you have or this mic as well for doing your voiceovers. Just make sure you don't hold it too close to your mouth. It'll capture all the sound you need it to. And as for lighting, I typically love to just use a really bright window for natural light when I'm creating my reels. But if you don't have a great source of light in the space that you're filming, I definitely recommend investing in a ring light. I personally love one where I can adjust how bright it is and also the temperature of the lighting. You can get them really big where they go on your tripod, or you can get clip-on ones as well. And as for some things to think about when sitting down to create your content, you want to make sure that you wipe off the lenses of your camera. The smudges will make a really big impact on the quality of your footage, so that's a really small change that you can make. And as for your lighting, you want to make sure that you're not backlit. You don't want the light source that you have to be at the back of your head. You ideally want it to the front of you to get the best type of lighting for your video. Along with using a microphone, you want to make sure that you're not recording your video in a space where it's going to be really echoey. So ideally not a room that's completely empty. You want to have some furniture, rugs, and things inside the room. And the smaller the room, ideally, the better the audio is going to be. And in terms of your background, you really can create your reels just about anywhere, but you want to make sure that the background isn't distracting and that it really adds to your content. So as you can see, for a lot of my reels, I love to film them in my office with my yellow background. It's very on brand for the type of content I create. Even if you're recording out and about, just make sure that there aren't any distractions in the background of your footage. And if you'd like links to any of the resources that I've mentioned, I have them in the resources section for you, and you can find almost all of them on Amazon, and they're pretty affordable. And if you're wanting to get a little fancy with your Reels footage, one of the easiest ways to do this is with transitions and changing your outfit. So what I recommend is making sure you have any of those props or wardrobe changes handy for when you're actually filming your footage, so you're not running around looking for outfits. While a lot of these props and tools are going to be really helpful for you, when I'm filming almost all of my reels, I tend to just have either this phone stand or a tripod to have my phone really sturdy. And then if I'm doing a voiceover or talking to camera for a show and tell reel, I'll have a microphone plugged into my phone. You can absolutely play around with creating your reels just about anywhere, but I personally prefer to just record in my office space. So whatever designated space you have for content creation that you know you can control a lot of the factors that I mentioned. You absolutely don't need to use any props, but I want to give you a few examples of how props can really elevate your reels. For example, if maybe you're an educator or a coach, you can use a whiteboard or a notebook to essentially map out the main points that you're teaching in your video and make it a little bit more engaging. And let's say maybe you're making a recipe video, be sure to think about the environment that you're filming your reel and also include a lot of details like the cups that you're including or any other additional props around in your background to make it just a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. And if you're wanting to try your hand at your own transition, one of the easiest ways you can do this is simply film one clip in one outfit, and then essentially just take your hand away from the lens and you will have a really simple transition. In terms of the apps that you'll need for filming and editing your content, you obviously need the Instagram app for uploading and editing your reels. But two other apps that I like to recommend is InShot, which I'm going to show a tutorial on exactly how to use. It's a really great editing software that's outside of the native editor. And also Canva. This is a really great graphic design tool if you want to play around with the Reels templates that they have inside for editing videos, but they also have a lot of great cover photo design options as well. In the next lesson, we are going to film your Reels with all the materials and the outlines that we've created.